Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. And it's all about the whole health way once again with our good friend Susan Lunning, and it is the whole health way. Our life mastery consultant, our coach, our friend, our RN, and so much more. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much for that introduction. And I'm just really so glad as you were sharing all those things. I'm just so glad I said yes to do all these things because really I'm a badass for myself.
You
That's what I'm a badass, you know? And we all can be a badass. We can all do and be and have and give and share and live the way that we'd love to live. And that's what the whole health way is really about. And this last couple of weeks, I've been creating an area in my home. It's kind of the command center for my soul when I'm not here in the office creating this wellness complex that's expanding every day. And as a result of that, you know how you're going through all the things that you've saved and, oh, do I keep this? And So I'm just really glad that I've really been a badass without knowing it because I've had people in my life in all these different stages in my life who have supported me and have shared what they're supposed to share with me, and then they move on for a season. So I found this, and this is like from 1986. I don't know if you recall or not, but
those
this
jet printers.
Yes,
I remember.
So I had one of my mentors print this out off the computer and make this card for me for Valentine's Day. And this particular lady lived next to me out in the country in Minnesota when I lived in the trailer. And I had just had my second son, and I was going through a lot of conditions and circumstances. And she wrote in here in her cute little writing, to a special girl who's always saying she's not good enough. And she put an equal sign and she said, you are. And she underlined it twice. Once more, you are by far. God knows that, and I know that. Now, all we have to do is teach Susan that.
Wow.
Bless you on this day. And her name is Elena. And I witnessed a miracle as a result of her living the life that she loved. And this was in the mid-'80s. And I wrote on the back of this, I wrote, I am never alone. The Lord is always with me. And I wrote, God is not the author of confusion. And so this was, a beautiful ray of sunshine in my life at that time, because I didn't realize how much I put myself down and how I never felt having anything that I would love was for me. It was for others. Mm-hmm. I wasn't good enough. And you see, that's the attraction, the meditation attraction that I put myself in every day, because I know my clients are right here. They're right, and they're just waiting for me, somebody just like me who can help them and love them and understand and believe in them. And as a result of writing down my vision of what I would love, I've had to come from all of these feelings, or at least not nourish them as much. Okay. And so the key word in my life is nourish and nourishment. I want to nourish thoughts that serve me. I love you, body. Love myself.
Yeah.
Right where I'm at, the thoughts, this is all with our thoughts, and nourish myself with the food that serves me, organic, fresh food that has evolved with the planet, because all this other stuff, our bodies weren't designed to metabolize it.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's all back going back to our original freshness anyway, on this journey to the life that we love, and our nourishing our environment. Being in an environment that nourishes. And that's exactly what I'm doing I'm creating wherever I'm at. Okay, so yes, my studio with my production crew. Yes, okay. But what can I do now? What can I do? How can I create the production studio? How can I get the message out to people now with where I'm at, with what I have? And that's what I can do.
And if you have any questions for Susan as we continue today's show, please reach out 631-317-1291. 631-317-1291. Any question, nothing's off limits. She's here to help. And as she shared, she's been there. She can empathize, she can relate, and we all have. And but now is the time. Now is the time to get what we want.
Yeah, and
feel worthy.
Yes, you are enough. You are enough. And that big bad fear, okay, that's the 4-letter F word that I would love not to nourish, but to nourish ourselves for the right people too. But fear is excitement without breath. And I'm adding transcendence, really neat program to my business.
Tell
Thank
us.
you. And I never thought I was a dancer. I never thought I was coordinated. All these never, never, nevers. I still have a lot of room to grow. But one thing I am doing is I am growing every day to be better, a better version that I was the day before, because my clients depend on it. I can't ask my clients to do anything that I'm not willing to do.
Yeah.
And I have to do it scared. We all have to do it scared. But fear, this is a definition for fear. Fear is false evidence appearing real. It's false evidence of appearing real. Yeah. And fear is all this excitement without the breath. Our breath is the remote control of our body. We can take that beautiful breath in through our nose and slowly out through our mouth like we're breathing through a straw. We reset our nervous system from the fight, the flight, the freeze, the sympathetic nervous system over to rest, digest, create.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
And that's what you can do in the moment when that trigger, when the fear comes up. It's all it is false evidence.
Yeah.
Of that. And so one of the things that we can do with where we're at, with what we have, is create our health and well-being vision for the life that we would love living. And then you can, all this is a practice. This is an adventure. All we're doing is practicing, well, what works and what doesn't work. But I'll tell you, it will work every time when you are authentic in real and imaginary circumstances with what you would love and not with what somebody else would love for you. So with a morning practice, that's in an evening practice or even an afternoon one, if you can come up with a way to create your own practice so that you can imagine waking up and starting your day with energizing music, uplifting movement, and a fun way to generate gratitude and joy to empower your day. You'll feel inspired to take life-enhancing actions in the direction of your dreams every day. And I found this, that Albert Einstein said, it's on one of my markers. Like I said, all this stuff is all around us. We just need to be aware of it, or we get to be aware of it. Imagination is everything. It's the preview of life's coming attractions. That's what Albert Einstein said. He said that energy is everything. Money is energy. Everything is energy. Everything has a vibration. And we get to, come up with this 10-minute manifestation routine. This is on this. I'm like, okay. Breathe deeply for 3 minutes and be grateful for every breath. Take 2 minutes to look up and be grateful for all the small things in life that mean a lot to you. Remember the most loving moments in your life and feel your heart opening. This transformation that we all want, or, we want to be this, have this, go there. It all starts right here.
Wow.
Keeping this clear and loving ourselves, and decide to focus today on appreciation in the place of expectation. So, I have a lot of things here. When you're a client of mine, you get the opportunity to share your life story, but I'm going to pause you on it because you are not your history. Okay? And you cannot make future decisions. The time is now. Decide and the action. That's where it is. Yep. There was this
call coming in. Okay. Hi, welcome to the show. You're live on the line with Susan Lunning, the whole help way. Who's this? Hello? Hello. Sorry, we can't hear you. If you could try us back, 631-317-1291. Are you there? All right, try us back. Thank you. All right.
So I'll just continue to say that Leonardo da Vinci said this: I have been impressed with the urgency of doing. Knowing is not enough. Remember all the kids say, and everybody says, oh, I know that. Oh, I've heard that before. Oh, I know that. But we must apply. Being willing is not enough. We must do. And so that's where we get to make the decision and take the action. So one of the things with being a client of mine, we're going to talk about, well, what are you grateful for today? And what are you proud of? And I can, just kind of wait to see if.
Hello, welcome to the show. You're live on the line with Susan Lunning. Who's this?
Hi, this is Megan from Texas.
Hi, Megan from Texas. We probably just missed your call. We couldn't get connected before, but glad you called back. Thank you. How's everything?
Yeah. Everything's good. How are you guys?
Great. You're live on the line with Susan Lunning, and she's here to answer any questions you may have.
How may I serve?
Okay, yes. So I have one question. I'm not happy with my current job or life in general. I want to be happy, but I don't know the steps to take. Like, what advice can you give me for that?
Well, I would love to support you to do what you love. And there are some simple steps and actions to take. And really, I believe the first thing, if you would go to my website, thewholehealthway.com, schedule your free complimentary consultation with me for 1 hour. We can do Zoom, we can do phone, and I can support you in a process of unpacking this and talking about the next steps.
Okay. All right. I definitely will.
Okay. There's a questionnaire to fill out, and that's where you'll be able to share, what you think is going on, and then we'll take it from there, and I can support you to take the next steps.
In the meantime, any advice just to get through the day and the week? Give her a little insight. She's so full of, if you've been listening to her, she's amazing. So
yes,
give a little takeaway.
Okay. So, gratitude. I've been talking a lot about gratitude, and gratitude is this vibration. I was talking about the frequency. That's the vibration and frequency of abundance. And that's what we want to welcome. We want to put a welcome mat out for our dreams. So I would recommend, gratitude is really the tuning device to the greater flow in this universe. So the more that you're grateful, and I have some other little things too, there's more, just like the commercials. You know, there's some pillars of creating a vibrant, healthy life. And if you can just kind of get into this, say, I trust and embrace my body intelligence, my inner physician, and divine guidance. If you can trust that the answer is in you, and you're the only one who knows that answer, if you can trust that and know that there is not a problem in this world that there is not a solution for, and it's between you and your higher power, because you're a spiritual being having a human experience.
Yep.
And so we have this access 24/7 to our higher selves. But we live small, we play small. And that's why you're experiencing this unhappiness in these areas, because you're playing small.
Right.
You're not living full out for you.
Right. Okay. I really appreciate it.
Oh, yes.
I'm definitely going to go on the website and get my consultation.
Yes. And fill out the questionnaire. I'd love that. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Do the
You
same,
too.
honey. Thank you.
631-317-1291. If anyone has any other questions, 631-317-1291. Go ahead, darling.
All right. So, yes, there's a couple of darlings around here. I just had to which darling is it? Stand right up. Stand up, darling. I love it. And so this is, I just come alive with this. I coached this morning, and in my new space that I opened up, I felt more expansive. I had all of my crystals. I had all of my expansive books. I had candles lit, and I had my lights on, just like I'm doing my own show. And that has been one of my dreams.
Mm-hmm.
And as a result of me writing out my vision, so many of the things have, I'm doing them right now because I dreamed it up. I would love it. And I wrote it down.
Wow.
And the billboard has a lot to do with this. Being on this show has a lot to do with it. Transcendence, my own business. And one of the things I'm really proud of with Heroes for Home Care that I'm working with and helping manage the team, and just doing what I love. It's not work because I love it. This is what I love to do. They created their mission, and their mission is, and we really want to focus on our caregivers, right? To enrich the lives of our clients and employees, and help each and every one of them to achieve a higher quality of life. Treat them with respect. Give them the dignity they deserve.
Yeah.
And bring a genuine, caring heart into all we say and do.
Interesting.
That's from the heart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And this life that we're living can certainly be, I know we've always separated out as corporate, self-employment. That's how we do our taxes, but our vocation, the gal that called in earlier, she's not happy with her job. Or just happy or not happy in life in general. And that's what that is. So our jobs, what we're doing to create abundance in our lives, is it capped? Do you feel like you're in a box? Can you expand? Can you use your gifts? Can you be accepted for who you are? And instead of people telling you who you are supposed to be, if you do these things, you're going to be rewarded, you're going to get paid. But if you do it right the way I want you to do it, then you're going to be up here. So everybody is finding themselves wanting to clamber up and they feel that the abundance and that they'll be happy at that higher level. But that's what somebody else has designed for you. And you're actually giving the energy to build their dream, not yours. And that's where that you aren't connected to yourself and that original purpose, what you were designed for, And when I looked at what I really love, I love singing. I love dancing. I love being happy and full of joy. And you know what? A lot of that was not accepted in the jobs that I was in. Even as my job as a child, when I was at home on the farm, I'd make the meals and we'd have these family meals and everything like that. My dad had to continually interrupt me. He'd say, Susan, no singing at the table, no talking at the table, no this, no that, no that. Well, all I got this messages about, and this isn't to put my parents down, but they were running a business. They're running a farm.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the time when we eat. We're eating everything from the ground that we had. We got to get this going on so we can be ready for chores, but it was all about work. And then we do what we love.
Yep.
And then we can rest.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is the hamster wheel, so to speak.
The cycle.
That we've all been, what we've all bought into, and we felt that that's where our worth was.
Oh, gosh.
And so for us to understand our own worth is where really this is all about.
Wow. And learning how to love ourselves, self-love, self-worth. And yeah. Wow. Put things into perspective, thinking back to my own childhood. You're right. It wasn't really taught that way. We weren't taught to love. We were taught to do our work, do our chores, but nothing was like, I don't know, like speaking to you, like just the compassion in your voice about understanding and caring. I try to be that way with my children now. So you learn from one generation to the next, and you try to pass on how you think you should be. And doesn't mean we're going to be perfect, but I let my kids have a conversation on what we do, and we talk and we problem solve, and we can use the iPad. Yes. But we have to do this, but we can do the iPad first today. We can just try to make it more conversational. And
yes, and this will help them balance too, because you're honoring what they would love, and you're not taking it away completely, but you're just helping to put the platter out. Here's your world. Here are your options right now. And that really goes good, to know that we have options, that we can push the ejector chair if we want to. We don't want to be in this scene. We don't want to be in this part of our life. Well, we can pause. We can push the pause button. And that's what's another beautiful thing you'll learn with coaching with me, is that you have an internal pause button. So say you get a diagnosis, you get fired from your job, whatever, the equation is for you that would really cause you to flip out, right? Because you have the power to call something bad or not. Nothing is bad until you call it bad.
Yeah.
I mean, think about the power in that.
Wow.
Because we've been conditioned in our circumstances on, divorce is bad, and see that, or whatever it is. In my family, there were the lines, how you say, the boundaries. Okay. You don't cross those boundaries, right? And so you get really good at not crossing those boundaries to be in that environment that serves your health, basically, because I would usually get a bad spanking, and that's when I'm going to be 59 on Tuesday, the 19th. And so I'm so grateful for that. I'm so excited. I just tell everybody, and they're, I'm so happy that I'm going to be 59 years old, that I've been experiencing this life and really understanding, I talk about the divorces, and I talk about all of these, so-called failures. Well, they were just stepping stones. I just learned things. And, other people's perception of our process and how we're evolving or not, that's none of their business. And it's really none of mine. I really have to go to what I would really love. And the perspective on what my parents felt that I should have to what the definition of success is not what my definition of success is. So your precious boys, even asking them the question, well, what would you really love to do right now?
Yeah.
you know, and honor that.
You see the light in their eyes come alive, and it brings you back to childhood when my mom would always say, too busy, I'm too busy. Oh no, I don't want to play the game. And I'm like, that scars me, and I still think
Yes.
about it. So
Mm-hmm.
I have to be more, I'm more open
Yeah.
to their needs and what they need. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, you know, we've learned and we're learning. And
Mm-hmm.
we think about when we were young and, you know, such constriction. How much expansion was there? You know, our parents were busy. They just were. But, you know, I took it as
Yeah.
love. You know, there just wasn't the love and the hugging and everything. And so that's why they all thought I was adopted, because I'm the only one like this on the family on both sides.
Wow.
Like this. What's this? This is
You.
conscious, being
Mm-hmm.
conscious of me. Oh, so, you know, a lot of people, you know, as I was growing up, they couldn't handle my joy. They couldn't handle my creativity. They couldn't handle with my comfort with myself. So see, I learned to put myself in a box.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, really in order for me to, you know, well, what would I want? Remember my story about how I'm going to, I know we're getting to the end here, but my story of, well, I resigned the fact that I was going to be a wife and a mother. Okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing. But that wasn't in alignment with what I thought I was going to have in my life.
Mm-hmm.
But see, I had to set, because you got pregnant and you let everybody down, this is your punishment. Okay. That was the message that I was perceiving, that may or may not be,
Yeah.
but I think it's pretty close to what was being broadcast to me.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was broadcasting in my subconscious mind this self-hate of myself. And so that's why I attracted the men I did in my life and the relationships that I did in my life, because back to not good enough.
Not good enough. Oh.
And that's what the
Mm-hmm.
the trafficking, the predators, there's predators, the sociopaths, all this stuff. That's what they prey on. They can smell it when you don't think you're good enough. And that's how we fall into, because we don't think we have the power in ourselves to do what we need to do.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're with your little boys, what you're doing is you're showing them, just with the presence of you living your life that you love living, that they can do that too. And what would you love? Ask them what their little visions are for the day, for the year, for their grade,
it's important,
for their toys.
Yeah.
You know, and that's how you get into their world. And that's how you can understand it. That's what gives the balance. Because when we put ourselves in this authoritarian position, that's what we know. We don't love it, but we know it. And see, we don't work in this other area that is unknown. This is the spiritual piece of our, you know, so feeling at home in your body, mind, and spirit is priceless. And that's the journey you want to be on.
Yeah. Thank you. And that's the journey we're going to be on with you, the Whole Health Way. Tell us how we can reach out to you, sweetheart.
Oh, please go to the Whole Health Way. It's all spelled out .com. And you can go to the Whole Health Way /gift. I do have a webinar on there I did years ago to kind of give you some ideas of what the strategy session will be like, to help you to understand and uncover the real you that's really seeking to emerge. But go to thewholehealthway.com. And there is on there a free 60-minute call. And you get to schedule a time with me. You get to fill out a questionnaire, and we will spend 1 hour focusing on you. I will help you to unpack these paradigms that are blocking you from taking the action that's necessary for you to get to the next level. We can do this. We'll do it together. I will support and guide you. You know, that's the action you can take.
Genuine. I love it. Thank you so much. Really, Susan, you're the best. Thewholehealthway.com. Don't forget, get your free gift as well there. And thank you. And congrats on the new edition. And we'll talk more about what you're doing next week. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You too, sweetheart. And to all of our listeners, we appreciate you too.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you can now listen live on the MyTuner Radio and online Radio Box apps for iOS, Android, and the Amazon App Store. Or check us out online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com or search Podcast Business News Network on onlineradiobox.com/US so you don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house. And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned. This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.